Hello everybody, welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I have not recorded a Flosstube in I think 3 weeks, possibly four. So yeah, getting into things today. I have a few life things to cover, so feel free to skip around in the video to whatever part you'd like to watch. I don't have any haul this week, but I do have a little bit of a whip update and then some talk about future plans as well. Yeah, so like I said, I have been gone for quite a while. I said in my last video that my grandmother had just passed away. And honestly, the month of July was just like a lot of really awful things happening all in a row. I have cat hair stuck in my chapstick. I'm so sorry. So yeah, she did pass away at the beginning of the month, and then I had her funeral a week or two after that. And then literally the day after her funeral, I actually tested positive for COVID. Um, I have avoided it thus far in the pandemic, but with the current variant that's going around, yeah, I did catch it. So that has been really difficult. It's been almost 2 weeks now since my positive test, and I'm actually still recovering. I'm not really sure if you can hear it in my voice or not. I can. I actually have asthma, so I've been having a really difficult time recovering from COVID. I am not sure how many of you have had it, but the amount of chest pain and everything has been really miserable. I did thankfully have some time off of work because of that, and also because of my grandma's funeral, so I did have some time to rest, but yeah, I actually had to go back this week, and I wasn't contagious anymore, but I still have had really awful energy levels. I've still been really dizzy, and like I was saying with the chest pain stuff, I've also been having a really difficult time breathing. So I I ended up getting sent home my first day back because I was there for an hour and I kept spacing out, and my boss was like, "I think you need another day to rest." So, but yeah, I went back on Tuesday, and it was decent. I had to take a lot of breaks, but yeah, so I am tentatively back to filming. During that whole time with my grandma and with COVID, I really fell off of cross stitching. In my last video, I did this whole planner showcase, and I had this whole plan of wanting to do focus pieces every week, and that just completely fell apart. I absolutely was not able to stitch while I was really, really sick. I was so dizzy and so nauseous, and looking at something so close to my face really did not help things. Plus my brain, I kept calling it poo brain. It's, when you have a fever and your brain feels awful and you can't think straight. I have been feeling like that since the day before I tested positive. So, yeah, doing a lot of counting and stuff for cross stitching yeah, it just hasn't been working out. But I do still have some stuff to show you guys. It's just not as much as I would like for being away for 3 weeks. Hey there, folks. I am currently editing this video, and because of my post-COVID poo brain, I forgot to bring up a couple things, so I'm just filming this little portion on my webcam. I wanted to mention that even though I wasn't cross-stitching all that much in the past 3 weeks, I did pick up a couple of my other hobbies. I actually started writing again. I literally haven't written since I don't know, it's been a really long time. I actually went to university for creative writing for a few years before I dropped out. But yeah, I've been writing for fun. That's been really different, but I've been really enjoying that. So yeah, even though I haven't been cross stitching, I have still been doing something with my time. I also forgot to mention that the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend happened. Let me check my calendar. It was July 22nd through 24th, and my grandma's funeral was on the 22nd. And then the next day, like I said, I tested positive for COVID, so I very unfortunately was not able to participate in the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend this time. That does really suck because I wanted to try doing like a vlog style video about that weekend. I wanted to try to do like a 24-hour marathon type thing, or even if I didn't do that, just kind of like vlog my experience and share that as like a little Flosstube extra on here. But yeah, just because of the funeral and my illness, I wasn't able to do that. So I'm really bummed out about that. Hopefully for the next one, I will be feeling a little bit better. We are coming up to the end of summer, so I'm really happy about that. For my job, we've been doing a lot of events this summer, and I'm the event planner, so I've been exhausted, honestly. But we're coming to the end of all of the crazy things. We have 2 smaller events and 1 really huge event left for the year. So after October, I will have no major things to worry about, and I am so excited about that. Yes. I think that's everything that I have for life stuff. I wanted to touch on some questions that I've been getting in my comments lately really quick before we go into the whip update. The main one that I've been getting asked by, I don't know, like several people. There's been quite a few people asking this. People want to know if I have an Instagram, specifically a cross stitch one. I do not have a cross stitch Instagram. I have a couple other Instagram accounts. I have a personal account and I also have one that I use for cosplay. I'm very inactive on both of them. You can follow me if you want, but you're not really going to get any stitching content on there or much of anything at all. My personal Instagram is called Cece Loves Cows and my cosplay one is called Blood Moon Fairy. So feel free to look those up if you want. I'm not going to be like linking them because I don't really think that they're relevant to this channel. But yeah, if you guys are so inclined, you can follow me on those accounts if you want to. But again, they're really not related to this channel. I've also had a couple people asking about my other YouTube channels, and if I would link them. Again, I haven't really like considered that in the past because they're so unrelated to this channel. I have 2 other YouTube channels. The first one is called Blood Moon Fairy, and that one is for cosplay. I've had that channel since 2012, and I have been active on that channel since 2012, so there are hundreds of videos on that channel, ranging from like Pokemon trading card stuff all the way up to, I think the last video I uploaded was 2020 or 2021, saying that I wasn't really going to be uploading on there anymore. That channel is not active anymore, but it was for cosplay content, anime convention vlogs, Pokemon stuff, life stuff, just a lot of things. So there's that channel, and then I also have a channel called Hedge Witch, and on that channel I talk about paganism and witchcraft. I have not uploaded on that one in quite a while either, not really on purpose. I've just been having a really difficult time making videos for that channel. I'm not really going to go into that because it's not like relevant here, but that one I really would like to get back to uploading on as well. So I can link those 2 channels in the description of this video, but I'm not planning on regularly talking about them or linking them because again, I just don't really feel like it's relevant. I'm really flattered that people like me enough that they want to go like look at all my other stuff. But yeah, because it's so unrelated to this channel, I don't want to like continuously promote all of my other social media, so that's why I haven't really talked about it. And finally, I got a question like today or yesterday about my job. I work at a local pagan bookstore and somebody asked if we sell online. And I am not really comfortable like talking about specifically where I work or anything like that, so that's not going to be something that I'm going to be like explicitly covering on this channel. The Flosstube community is really amazing, and I know that like 99.9% of you guys have really, really positive intentions, and you are asking about my other channels and about my job because you're looking to support me, but there are a lot of really creepy people on the internet, and being involved in so many other communities, I have seen like so many people get doxxed, which if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much when like your personal information, like your address, your phone number, stuff like that gets leaked online. So I've seen that happen to people. I've seen like people turn up at YouTubers' houses to like say hi to them because they think that's okay. So I don't really want anybody showing up at my job. So I'm not going to be saying like where I work or if we have a social media presence or if we have a website. I really hope you guys understand. It's not because I don't want to involve you in my life, because I really love the community that I have on this channel. But again, it's just kind of for my own personal safety. And that's just a boundary that I have. So, yeah. I'm like literally not even into the actual meat of this video yet, and I'm already so out of breath. But with all of that stuff being said, let's get into the whip update. If you didn't just watch my beginning life update stuff, long story short, I had COVID recently and I also have asthma, so if I'm like out of breath, that is why. So I have 3 pieces to show you guys this week. The first one is a piece that I have been trying to do for 25/7, which is like the idea that you work on the same piece 7 days a week for 25 minutes a day. My goal has actually been 30 minutes just because my brain likes that number better. But this is the Precious Moments Noah's Ark pattern, which is charted by Gloria and Pat. This is a pattern from like the early 90s. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go like deeply into it, but long story short, this pattern my mom started for me when I was like an infant, and she just never finished it, and she's not able to cross stitch anymore, so she gave it to me to finish. So I am doing all of the back stitching. All the full cross is done by my mom. So I only picked this up once or twice in the past couple weeks. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My AC just kicked on. It's super loud, so I'm really sorry. But it's like 90 degrees, so I'm not turning it off. Anyway, this is a picture of what it looked like the last time I showed this piece on here, and then this is what I have done recently. I finished the nest for the creepy ostriches, and then I did move over to the ducks. And that's like all I did. I think this is like 2 days worth of stitching, because I have not been keeping up with this for 25/7, because of like the COVID and everything. So, I would like to get back to that. I've said this before, but I really want to finish that for my mom for Christmas this year. So, I really need to like actually work on it. The other piece that I worked on during my absence was Odile by Make It Pink and Hannah Alexander. Somebody corrected me on my last video on the pronunciation of Odile, and I really appreciate it. Nobody has ever corrected me on it before, so I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, thank you. So this piece I worked on a fair bit over the past while, so I'll throw in a picture here again of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And then this is where I was able to get to. Sorry, it's crooked. So I did a lot of this stuff up here, and then I got to the top of where this color ended, so I started moving down. It'll probably go to about here before it changes into a different color. If you guys see any spottiness in here, those are actually bead holes. There are some very, very small beads that will be going in here, so that's why it looks like that. But yeah, really, really happy with the progress on this. Let me get my app pulled up. So something else I wanted to talk about, like specifically regarding this piece, is I have been trying out a new cross-stitch app. It is called Cross-Stitch Saga. I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard of it. I think a lot fewer people use it compared to like Pattern Keeper. Cross-Stitch Saga is a Russian app, and the reason people don't use it as much is because it requires a specific file type. So it does not take PDF files. specifically. It doesn't take photos like Pattern Keeper kind of can. It only takes Saga files. So the designer who does these patterns, her name is Ashley from Make It Pink. She is really easily able to convert her files into Saga files that this app can read. And the biggest plus about using this app is that it supports backstitching, it supports fractional stitches, it supports beads. It's just a lot better at breaking down these more complicated cross stitch patterns. So as of now, I have Odile. I have Odile imported into that app. I also have Luna imported into that app for whenever I'm able to start that pattern too. I'll put a picture of that up so that you guys know what I'm talking about. But now I have an accurate stitch count for Odile. So I'm actually able to tell you guys where I am truly at instead of an approximation. So currently, let's see, does it show me my counts? So I have currently done almost 3,000 stitches on this. This does take into account the half stitches and the quarter stitches, so it adds those up as decimals. So I'm at about 3,000 stitches, which is putting me at 6.0%. So it's a little bit less than I thought that I was at before, but that is totally fine. I'm happy that I'm able to use an app that is more accurate. Cross Stitch Saga has been really difficult for me to learn. It's not very intuitive. There are a lot of features on it, and it's not quite as easy for me to use as Pattern Keeper, but somebody in the Make It Pink support group has a really nice PDF file that they made giving kind of a rundown of how to use Cross Stitch Saga. So I was able to look at that and kind of figure things out, which was very good. So if you guys are doing these patterns, I would seriously consider getting Cross Stitch Saga. You do have to pay for it. I think it's $12 or something, US dollars. So it's not ridiculously expensive, but you do have to pay for it. And like I said, it can only take Saga files. So it will not take your Heaven and Earth designs. It will not take any other Etsy PDF. It has to be a specific Saga file. So yeah, if you are doing any of these Make It Pink designs, I know a lot of you guys have said that you are looking at doing the Sailor Moon ones because of me. I love that. It makes me so happy. But if you just reach out to Ashley from Make It Pink, or if you go on the Facebook page that she has, you can actually just find the Saga files on there. But yeah, if you email her and ask for the Saga files, she'll make you a Dropbox folder and she'll send it to you, and you can just directly put it into the app. You do have to use Dropbox in order to get your files into the Cross Stitch Saga app, which is also really annoying. But Ashley's made it really easy for me to get my stuff in there. I only asked for 2 Saga files and she sent me files for literally every pattern I've ever bought from her, which is quite a few. So that was really sweet of her. Again, I'm not sponsored by her or anything. She's not a personal friend of mine. I just really love her and her designs, and yeah, I just like talking about her stuff. I forgot to add here too, with the Cross Stitch Saga thing. I am no longer using a paper pattern for Odile at all, because Cross Stitch Saga makes it so that I can actually see the fractional stitches correctly. So I have no need to use a paper pattern for that. And I'm also not using it on Pattern Keeper. I took off all of my Make It Pink designs from Pattern Keeper, so yeah, all of those I'm going to be stitching off of Cross Stitch Saga now. So just in case people were wondering, I'm not using a paper pattern for that anymore. I'm only using Cross Stitch Saga. Anyway, so that is where we are on Odile. I have really liked working on this lately, but with how dizzy I've been because of the COVID that I've been recovering from, it's been really hard for me to work on that. That is being stitched 2/2 on 36 count opalescent linen in the color Rose Murda from Under the Sea Fabrics. So when I do the quarter stitches, they are tiny. So I've been really struggling with that, but yes, I also did knock off a Whipco square for this piece, so yeah, hype. I love that. The last piece I have, I only worked on for one sitting, like yesterday. I got like 100 and some stitches in, and I just got too dizzy and I couldn't work on it anymore. This is Bohemia by the artist Medusa Dollmaker, charted by Gecko Rouge, and I'm stitching this 2 over 1/2 stitch on 25 count even weave. Yeah, it's really easy for me to show you guys like what I've done this time, so I'm not going to put a picture in. I just did this white here, so everything else I had done prior to yesterday, but this is going to be the start of like the words. It says Bohemia across the top, so I thought I would start going down into that area just to like break up all of the maroon that I've been doing. But yeah, like I said, I did a couple hundred stitches on that, maybe, and I wasn't able to focus on it anymore. I'm currently at 1.99% on that piece, which is 4,483 stitches. So, not the worst. I would like to be a lot farther on that piece, but yeah. So that's what I have for whip updates. Like I said earlier, I don't have any haul this week, so we're going to go straight into plans. For plans, I talked about this in my last video. I am joining in on the Dark Queen of the Earth sal. I did buy the pattern in the past 2 weeks. I hadn't bought it during my last video. So we got the material list for that like 3 days ago. So really, really excited to get going on that. If you guys have not heard of that sal, it is a mystery stitch along. It's being hosted by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and they are working directly with Under the Sea Fabrics for fabric and for like material packs. She's also selling like the beads and specialty floss. So I got my fabric for her. I got it in the color Nightshade, which is like a green. It's like the darker of the two options. And I did get my bead pack through her as well. I didn't get the specialty flosses through her because I figured I was going to have to get all the regular DMC anyway. So yeah, but she is currently like partway through all of the cutting and serging and everything for the fabric. So I think she said that that'll be shipped out starting like mid-August, and then the actual sal starts at the beginning of September. So yeah, very, very excited. That is probably going to be a focus piece for me. It goes for a year, and I really want to keep up on it as much as I can. So yeah, once that sal starts, you guys are probably going to be seeing a lot of it. I really didn't plan on doing a big sal like this at all this year, but yeah, I still want to finish my Whipco board, but the Dark Queen of the Earth is probably going to be like my top priority piece. It's just so big that like I really want to keep up on it so that I can finish it. Yeah, and there's like so many different things where like you can change stuff and people chart like new alternate options that like I really want to make sure that I stay up on it so that I can have all these options before the sal ends. Yeah, so aside from that, like I mentioned earlier, I'd like to get back to doing the 25/7 for my Noah's Ark piece. I really fell behind on that with my health stuff, so I'd like to get back to that as soon as I can, pretty much. And for other plans, I just want to stitch in general. I really haven't been doing it as much as I want to or as much as I used to. I think I just need to kind of get myself back into the habit, working on like whatever I feel like. And then after I kind of get back into the routine of stitching, I might look again at doing like a focus piece every week and focusing on my Whipco and stuff. But yeah, for now, it's just kind of going to be whatever I can get myself motivated to work on. I would really like to make a project bag for my Noah's Ark piece. It's kind of been like kicking around my room, which is like really not great because that piece is like 25 years old. So yeah, I think it'll be really helpful for me if I can make a little project bag for it and keep it next to the couch. I like to do my stitching in the living room on the couch. So if it's already there next to the couch, then it's like way easier for me to work on it because I don't have to get up the motivation to like go get everything set up because it's already right there. So yes, but I do have cats, so things need to be zipped up and like put away in a way that they can't like take my floss and play with it or eat it and like shed all over the piece. So yes, I think that's everything I have. I know that this was a little bit shorter of an episode today, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here so that you guys knew that I was still alive and kind of give you a reason as for why I've been gone. I still do check this channel like pretty much every day for comments and stuff, so I have been trying to keep up on that as much as I can, despite everything. I also wanted to give you guys another quick thank you for just the massive amounts of support that I have been getting on this channel. Y'all were really, really sweet last time when I talked about my grandma passing away. You all left really, really sweet comments, and yeah, it was just really kind, so thank you. And this channel has just been growing so quickly. I've said this like so many times on this channel, but I literally didn't expect anybody to watch these videos at all. And I think today I saw we were at like 422 subscribers or something, which is insane. Like, I think last time I filmed, I had, I don't know, like 350 or something. So, yeah, it's really wild. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. At some point for one of these milestones, I think it would be really fun to do a giveaway. I am super poor though, so I don't know what it would be. It possibly could be like a project bag because that's something that I can make myself and I already have the materials for it. So, but yeah, I'm not really sure what that'll look like yet. It'll probably be for like 1,000 subscribers. So we've got quite a ways before we get there. So I have some time to think about it, but yeah, again, thank you guys so much. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do that down below so that other people can find my channel more easily and so that you can be part of the awesome community that we are growing here. And yeah, I think that's everything. So I will talk to you guys hopefully within the next week or two. Bye!